Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, An American Pickle. Seth Rogen. So, I'll watch it. You know, anything probably Seth Rogen's in. Sometimes he's really funny. I like him in a lot of things. Sometimes, you know, I guess nobody is always 100%, you know, but I like him. And anyway, he's about an immigrant who works at a pickle factory and falls into, what is it, pickling? I guess, accidentally preserved. So he gets preserved for 100 years and then he wakes up in modern times. So, it's a little fish out of water kind of story, or Encino Man, if you will. So, wow, did I just date myself? Anyway, wow, it's only an hour and 28 minutes long and 5.8 on IMDb, so not very high expectations, but we're hoping for a couple of laughs. About 1,500 people have viewed it so far, or rated it so far on IMDb. So let's get into it here, find out what it's about, see if there's any different than what we know about, and then I'll tell you my thoughts. So stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick check-in here. We're watching An American Pickle. We're at the 45-minute, 32-second mark. My little smile there is it's a scene in a bar, and I can see Johnny Blue and Johnny Red, which is odd. You normally had a black one in there too, but I digress. But that's why I smiled earlier. But the movie started out pretty good. So Seth Rogen has two roles in this movie. First of all, he's 100 years ago fell into pickle rind, got sealed up and was stuck there for 100 years. He comes back to life, or, you know, comes out of hibernation, whatever, right? And it's 100 years later. I'm assuming it's today, so 2020. What a bad time to come out. Let's say it was 2019 when he came out, all right? So 2019 he comes out, and of course everybody he knows is gone. He had a wife back then who was pregnant. You know, anyway, ultimately he hooks up with his great-grandson, who is played by Seth Rogen. So they meet, and the fun part was, you know, like in any kind of movie like this, he's, you know, very naive to everything that's going on and innocent, and you know, it's fun to see that. And he was in the pickle business and that kind of thing. But I don't know why I just said that. But anyway, his great-grandson, he wants to have this pretty cool app that he's made, and he wants to, you know, he's been working on it for 5 years. He wants to become successful. Well, because of his great-grandfather, they go out, and long story short, they get in a fight, and so they get arrested, and they both get charged with assault. So the great-grandson cannot sell his app anymore because he has a record. And so he gets upset, and they have a little fight, and so they split up. And they start now, basically what's just happened is they start a war against each other. We're just at the beginning stages of it, but that's really the premise of it. The great-grandfather decides to go out and start a pickle company. You know, just a vendor. He was out in the street selling pickles. And the great-grandson now sabotages his business, kind of thing. So what started out as kind of cute and a little bit funny, there were some, you know, kind of moments for me. But now, you know, I've seen this and how they go against each other, I'm not liking this. But it's just starting. So maybe it might change and turn around, but, you know, not really, you know, family turning on each other and sabotaging each other is not great. I don't know. That's just the way I am right now. Maybe that could be my mood tonight, but I got back into it. Hopefully it picks up a little bit, gives me some more laughs, and who knows. But we'll take it from there. Sorry. I'll be back in a bit. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of An American Pickle, and you know, it got a little bit better in terms of, you know, the squabbling kind of stuff, but it didn't get any funnier. There was no more laughs that I got from it. One thing I actually failed to mention the whole time, and because it doesn't, this kind of stuff doesn't come to me, you know, both of them were Jewish, right? And well, yeah, whatever, you know. But it plays a key part in the entire movie. I don't think about those kinds of things. I'm like, all right, you know, I get it, and it adds a little bit to the characters and the backstory, and I'm all for it. But not realizing that no, there's a whole underlining plot theme here that has to do with it. So, you know, so that rolls into it, you know, yeah, and I guess it's not so much about being Jewish; it's about beliefs and people who maybe drift away from their beliefs and then maybe come back, or you know, one person believes a lot, the other person doesn't, and then that kind of thing. So you see that in a lot of faith-based movies. So that's kind of what's going on here too, you know, and family. I think it kind of gets lost for me. So when it comes down to it, you know, there's more story about, and I'm just thinking about this now as I'm talking about it. I didn't even think about this when I watched it, or even right before I hit record, that, you know, there's underlining themes about religion, and, you know, maybe, like I said, drifting away or whatever, and then family as well. So there's some things that they lay out for you, but it doesn't grab you enough to have your interest. You're more focused on the two of them fighting rather than, you know, what's important and what they try and get you back to at the end. And it's only an hour and 28 minutes, but by the end I didn't care. You know, I was hoping to laugh, you know, and not get angry at, you know, them two ruining each other's lives is really what happened. But then, you know, they try and do something nice at the end and bring it all together, but like I said, it was lost on me until I hit record. So some of the stuff in the early beginning, I thought it was okay. It was cute, you know, and that you know, the way he was naive and that kind of thing. Okay, you know, and sometimes in that case it works out because they seem real polite and sweet and that kind of thing. And then it turns, I mean, he becomes, you know, pretty bad in the press, and you'll see all that if you watch this movie. And, you know, he shares his beliefs with the public, which aren't very popular beliefs among anybody. And so you're watching all this unfold, but then you miss the real part of what I think they were trying to do in this. Until you see it through to the end. It's like, yeah, okay, don't care. But that's me. I think I was starting down a different path. One of the things I did like, you know, as I said, Seth Rogen plays both characters. So they're in a lot of scenes together. It seems very natural. You know, and I know it's like, oh, yeah, well, of course they're natural. But no, I mean, you got to realize that he wasn't talking to somebody that was actually there, you know, or something like that, you know. And there's scenes where they put their arms around each other and stuff like that. And I thought they did a great job with that. That was one aspect that I liked. So the film, I guess that's directing of that, but that was pretty neat. I like that. You see some other things, but it's not for like an entire movie. This was the entire movie of them two, and you could do it from one side of the room to the other. That's easy, you know, just record that. But when they're next to each other, in front of each other, side by side, all that kind of stuff, that's when it becomes neat. And I didn't even I was looking for it for a little bit, but then I forgot about it, and so I didn't notice anything. And so that's one bright aspect of it. Other than that, it's a 5. There you go. Bottom line, you ramble on. The story gets lost. A good part of the story gets lost on all the other mess that goes on around you. Like, you know, and that's it. I think they try and talk a little bit about the world today, you know, and the things that go on and all that kind of stuff. And you'll see what I mean. And then they trying to do that, and then they lost the meaning of the whole story. Sorry, I am rambling again. Disappointed. Thumbs down. 5. It's only a 5 because of how well they had that interaction. And I still like Seth Rogen. Nothing wrong with him. Just the movie. Alright, I'm done. That's it. I apologize. So if you stuck with me this long, I appreciate it. You have to be a subscriber. If you're not, click the subscribe button. Please tell all your friends. There's other good movie reviews out there where we find some gems. Mortal, you know, and other things like that. Maybe I'll put the eye up there. Anyway, tell all your friends. Hit the like button. Do whatever you want. If you want to drop me some comments, go ahead. That's cool. And continue to tune in, hopefully, to Kimmel's Irish Pub.